to the committee that this matter be resolved?
Chair, in the response, the client has indicated that there will be revised financial statements, this for the year 2024-2025. They'll do restatements to reflect the accurate balances, and during the audit now, we'll confirm that this has been done in 2024-2025, Chair.
So you will come back to the committee with information on the status of this correction?
Yes, Chair, we will.
So was there any funds lost in this process, or this is just an issue of reporting?
Basically, it's an issue of reporting.
Any comment, honorable members? Senator Mbugua?
Yes, Chair. I just wanted to know from the auditor, during your exit meeting, were these issues addressed? Because some of the issues which the governor is made to come and respond here are minor issues, which I believe could have been resolved during the exit meeting.
Thank you, Chair. Because of the nature of the audit, whereby quite a number of years had not been forwarded to our office, we were not able to clear the issues. They relate to almost 5 financial years. We raised them, but because we could not confirm from the onset that these were accurate, they could not be resolved. That's how they ended up now in the certificate, Chair.
Are you implying that you didn't have adequate time for the audit process, that you didn't have adequate time for the exit process, and that is why the queries ended up here? No. If I can understand your answer, that's what I'm getting.
No, we had adequate time, but the financial statements for almost 3 years were submitted in March this year. We concluded the audit in December. So the issues that were outstanding remained unresolved from the client's perspective. Yeah.
Mark?
Chair, maybe just to put it into perspective for the benefit of the honorable member, we normally do have what we call the exit meeting, where all these issues are raised, and they're raised and put in writing in the management letter. Those issues which are not addressed then find themselves in the draft report, which is again accords the client another opportunity to address. It is only at that point that then that ends up being in the final financial statement. So, Chair, we have given the client adequate time to respond. It's failure to respond adequately that's why that issue now appears in the report before us. Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Yeah, just a moment. I want to hear from the governor. And governor, as you respond, please indicate to this committee in the audit process. I know because of your busy schedule, you may not attend the exit meetings. Your people attend, but do they present a report to you within a required time frame, the exit report?
Chair, before even the governor comments on that, I still go back to the accountant and the finance minister, who should be there if the governor is not there. And governor, please stamp your foot down for your people to do the right thing at the right time, than bringing these petty issues here. Because if they requested for the report, and maybe you are busy, but your people were there to give it. And so check on your people. Thank you.
Okay, very well. Governor, you can respond.
Thank you, Chair. Just to respond, I think my team from time to time will brief me, but I think the process is led by the finance team and the accounting officers of the municipality. At the point when the audit report has come is when I get a briefing of how the audit looks like. I just want to again, at the risk of going back to the same issue, the Auditor General's office is one office. They've audited the county government of Kirinyaga for since the inception. they are aware that they have audited the municipality as part of the accounts, because it's not about an individual, it's about the office. So even if the specific auditor himself was not there, the Auditor General's office has submitted these reports to Parliament, inclusive of the municipalities, financial statements and all. Yes, we need to go back and maybe separate them entirely as we have agreed starting 2024, 2025. But I think it's important that we have that on record so that it doesn't look like it was not audited and we were quiet for 3 years, because you come and audit every year. And for the year 2019 to 2023, when we got a separate letter, I know it's a failure on my team's part, because then they should have known that it's supposed to be separate. Just like we're being told now that Keruwea level 4 has to be accounted for separately, yet it doesn't even have a CEO, because it has a management board in the way we structure it. So I think it's proper coordination and flow of information, maybe by way of circular, from the Auditor General's office to the county governments will be useful for them to know how to comply, so that we are not going back and forth on minor issues that can actually be addressed before we get to Senate. Thank you, Chair.
I think I would say we are going to have...
one more thing, Chair.
Yes.
And I think it is quite unfortunate, if not unfair, that they would then say the audit is advanced because the 3 previous years did not submit the financial statements, yet those accounts were audited within the county executive accounts for those financial years and approved by the same Auditor General's office, Chair. But it is water under the bridge. I just need it to be on Hansard. Thank you.
Okay, I think we are going to have a session with the Auditor General, and among the many issues we are going to discuss, we'll also discuss the issue that is emanating from this, the issue of communication to the county government on matters of audit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not just communications, but I think it's very important to have standards and uniformity across board on the institutions that they are going to audit in the county governments, so that, I mean, the county governments know what to expect, when, and how to go about it, so that you don't just wake up and say, oh, we need to audit this institution.
Yeah. I'll see, Mark, I'll give you a chance because you are representing the Auditor General.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I think on behalf of the office is that the body mandated by PFM to issue the format and the templates is the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board. And I'm aware that the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board does issue circulars to all accounting officers on the implementation of templates, and our role, Chair, is to audit and report that to this committee where there's failure to comply with that guidelines. So it's not the Auditor General that gives the guidance, it is the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board under the PFM Act that is mandated to give that. So when they issued a circular saying that under the Urban Areas and Cities Act that every municipality should prepare financial statements separately, we then report and say that there was a failure on that part. So, Chair, I think it should be corrected. It's the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board that issues circulars. We report on compliance or otherwise on that. Thank you, Chair.
Treasury.
Chair, before Treasury comes on, I think I would like to ask the CC Finance to just make a comment on the County Public Standards Board.
Proceed, CC.
Thank you, Chair. I also agree with what the auditor said. However, we received the template in the year 2022-2023 from the Public Sector Board, and that is the year that we started doing the statement given the standard that were given to the counties, and that standard has been revised for the year 2023-2024. So that is why we have been able to comply for those 2 years, because now we have the template on which to report to. But for the previous years, Chair, what we are saying is now we have gone back given the same templates, and we have complied for the year 2018-19 up to 22. What has not been done is that now the auditors have not been able to confirm, because we submitted those financial statement in March. So that is why they are saying after they confirm now the completeness, they will be able to guide whether there is any other accuracies missing from these statements, which I submit.
Treasury.
Thank you, Chair. What I can comment is that the Public Sector Accounting Standard Boards issues those templates regularly. So it is available in the Public Sector Accounting Standard Board's website, which of course all the counties are aware of that, the existence of that public service accounting standards. Under the PFM Act, that body is mandated to give the standards on how they are supposed to do the transaction, meaning to record the transactions. And this is just made to ensure that there is conformity and accountability in operating of these counties, many county entities. Thank you, Chair.
Anyway, as I pointed out earlier, we are going to engage the Auditor General on this as one of the issues that we want to raise with her. So, honorable members.
You want to make just one comment?
Yes.
Chair, you know, the county have said they did the statements with the executive. They combined the municipal with the executive accounts. And what I thought, of course, they should have followed the law, the Cities and Urban Act, by doing the books for the municipality directly. What I just wanted to find out also from the auditor, when you noted, when doing audit for the executive, when you noted that they have incorporated the accounts for the municipality, what did you do? Because I thought what you should have done then is to advise them that we need to do this separately so that they stop continuing doing this with the executive. You know, also as an auditor, you're supposed to help so that they don't repeat the same mistake. Otherwise, that's what I'm thinking. They made a mistake. They didn't follow the law, but also you, after noting that they have incorporated in the executive, you should have done something so that it is not repeated, you know.
Thank you, Chair. What I want to confirm to the committee is that we raised the issue, and like for hospitals, we have also raised the issue for hospitals, Chair.
But moving forward, really, you know, for us as people who do oversight, we are not interested in procedural issues that should come to us. As we are only interested to know whether the public money was spent well or not. And those are the kind of queries that we want to spend our time on, not on procedure or improperly constituted board auditor.
Improperly constituted Kirogoya Kutus Municipality Board. Review of the Gazette Notice number 17-153, notifying the general public for appointment of board members for the Kirogoya Kutus Municipality for the period of 5 years with effect from 15 November with the approval of the account assembly reflected of 8 board members and the municipal manager. However, Section 14 of the Urban Cities, Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011 County executive for the time being responsible for cities and urban areas or its representatives. B, 3 members who shall be appointed by the county governor with the approval of the county assembly. C, 4 members who shall be nominated by an association and appointed by the county governor with the approval of the county assembly. D, 1, the chief officer responsible for urban development. And E, properly constituted as it has a deficiency of 1 board member. Therefore, the board decision may be difficult in the Areas and Cities Act 2011. Municipal board members are required to have a minimum qualification, at least a diploma from an institution recognized in Kenya. However, scrutiny of the board files provided reviewed that 2 board members' education certificates and documents were not provided for verification. In the circumstances, the effectiveness of the governance structure of the municipality board could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, your response?
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Pursuant to Section 14 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, the county executive appointed 9 members to fill the vacancies on the municipal board on 10th November 2023. Annex 9 is provided. The county executive letter nominating the members. However, the county assembly subsequently approved 6 out of the 7 members on 14th November 2024. It should be of the 9 members, 8 members 2024, because the 9th one is the CEC Finance. On 14th November 2024, the executive nominated 1 additional person to fill the vacant position, but this nomination was also rejected by the county assembly. Currently, the county is in discussions with various professional bodies to fill this vacancy because the names are submitted from the various professional bodies. Regarding the absence of the 2 board members' educational credentials, the management clarifies that all board members hold a minimum qualification of a diploma as required by the Urban Areas and Cities Act. Annex 11 attached are the degree and diploma certificates for the 2 members. I submit, Chair.
Auditor, your comments on the management response?
In regards to the submission of the minimum qualification for the diploma, the 2 certificates have been provided and we have verified them. But in regards to the appointment of the 1 board member, the position remains as per the query.
So, Governor stated that she made the appointment, but the county assembly rejected twice. So I don't know what happens in that case. Auditor, did you take note of that? The rejection by the county assembly?
Yes, we took note of that because the county government have submitted a document to confirm the rejection, which the one which was currently in the month of this financial year, 2023 to 2024, 2025.
Legal officer, what's okay? Before I come to the legal officer, Senator Topiko.
I don't know. I maybe possibly that's what you are going to ask, because I was going to ask that the legal person gives us the position of the law as far as rejection by the county assembly, whatever number of times. I mean, how does the county executive go about their business if the county assembly rejects twice?
And Chair, just a rider, perhaps legal can also confirm whether there is a need for justification by the county assembly to give reason as to why they are rejecting that particular nomination. Chair.
Rejected 2 different ones.
Let's hear from
and also a rider, legal counsel. What is the effect of actions and decisions taken by this board when it is not legally constituted?
Proceed.
Chair, maybe I should say that the board can operate without being fully constituted so long as there's majority, so that they can make a decision as you continue to look for a suitable candidate to be the 9th member. 8 members can execute their duties. Chair.
Chair, you know, Governor, that speaks to governance issues. And
I
Governor,
Senator Jimera, I want us to allow the legal officer to...
Yeah, we'll forget what I wanted to direct to the governor before legal officer.
I know you are a lawyer, you could be having answers, but...
I'm not answering her, Chair.
Yes.
But I just wanted to correct the notion that if a board is constituted, there are 8 members and not 9. In her view, she believes that board is well in place and they can operate without the board having been fully constituted. But it could be a different view altogether, Chair, because what the Senator is asking is as to how valid is that board. Whether there are 8 members or not, the issue is how is it constitutional or not. So, Governor, I don't think you're in a position to say 8 members allow them to operate, but the question is how constitutional is that board, Madam Governor. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, if you'll allow me, and I'm not a lawyer, but even when you've constituted the board fully, it's not all the meetings that you will find the entire board sitting. Sometimes somebody is sick and they don't show up. So decisions are made by the majority. Just like even in this committee, if you'll allow me, Chair, to comment, we started without being fully constituted, but we proceeded. Chair, I submit.
That's why I allowed the legal officer to comment on that. Because tomorrow the Auditor General will raise a query on us here. Can you proceed?
Through you, Chair, the issue of the membership is, and the section that has been read out, that is Section 14 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act, where the membership, with your kind permission, under subsection 2 includes the County Executive Committee member, for the time being responsible for cities and urban areas, or is representative. 3 members who shall be appointed by the county governor with the approval of the county assembly. 4 members who shall be nominated by an associate governor with the approval of the county assembly, and also the chief officer. Under subsection 3 on by associations, it gives those associations, including an umbrella body representing professional associations in the area, an association representing the private sector in the area, cluster representing registered associations of the informal sector in the area, and a cluster representing registered neighborhood associations in the area. Through you, Chair. And then under subsection 5, the governor is supposed to consider when nominating the members under that nominated by the associations. There is the issue of side minutes as evidence of an accountable process of nomination, evidence of compliance with statutory obligations, and a vetting form to establish the nominee as compliant with the prescribed criteria for appointment as a member of the board. And then through you, Chair, on the issue of vacancy, the filling of a vacancy, it's under section 19 of the same act, whereby it reads that a vacancy in the office of a chairperson, vice chairperson, or a member of the board shall, with the necessary modification, be filled in accordance with section 13 or 17 of the act, which follows the same criteria that they have to have those minutes being presented to the governor, so that now the governor can ascertain that the criteria was followed by the associations in nominating the people to fill the vacancies, through you, Chair. So in under the law on the quorum for meetings of the board, usually under the law, once the quorum is achieved, the board can transfer the business, notwithstanding the absence or the filling of the vacancy of a person in that board or a committee, through you, Chair.
Yes. So I think auditor, on this particular one, this shouldn't have been a query. In fact, for us our members here, we expected another common query to arise from this, not the issue of quorum. And the common query was, is this board independent? That is the query that we always face with the municipality. Is the board independent as per the Urban Areas and Cities Act? Maybe that is what you need to tell the members.
And Chair, also, I wanted to know if the municipality collects its own revenue and if they have their own staff and if they make their own budget.
Chair, I respectfully beg to differ with that line of questioning because, Chair, it is not, I don't think I've seen it in anywhere as a query, Chair. If it was a substantive query, Chair, then we would have the time to probably, have a look at it. But it's not appearing anywhere as a query, Chair. So perhaps we just want to go into uncharted waters, Chair.
Remember, I started by saying that this shouldn't have been a query because quorum is...
Not, Chair.
No, I'm saying the particular query here is talking about absence of members of the board, and therefore decisions of the board cannot be legal because the board is incomplete.
Chair, and I am very sorry that I appear to argue with you, Chair. You're my able chair. But then again, the query is very direct. The query is as to the composition of the board. It doesn't speak as to the independence of the board, Chair. It doesn't raise any query as to lack of budget or revenue issues and staff issues, Chair. The query is specific as to its composition of the board, Chair. I still respectfully urge we refrain from that line of argument, Chair.
Chair,
and I'm not defending the governor, Chair.
What Senator Chimera is saying, Chair,
and I'm on record, I don't act for the county government of Kirinyaga.
Chair, Chimera is him and the former vice chair. The clients are 48 governments. So most of the time but I just wanted to, on a lighter note, you could be looking for work, but I just wanted to say what basically Chimera is saying, if it was not an audit query and we have water that is before us, why are we doing fishing? So that's what you wanted to say? Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe for the benefit and for clarity, perhaps auditor can let me comment on the same.
Let me give directions. Honorable members, we use this committee to also share experiences and understand problems of counties even better. We have sat here, I don't know how many meetings, almost more than 25 meetings, talking about municipalities. And in most cases, auditors raise the issue of independence of the municipality. And you have sat down here listening to the governors express the challenge of how to navigate the Urban Areas and the Cities Act, which is a problem to them in implementing. So I think when the honorable member